So I get my daughter every other weekend. It's the best couple days out of the week that I get. And it makes me so sad when I have to drop her off. Like, even just seeing her empty car seat in my back seat makes me tear up and cry. Like, I just want to spend all my time with her. And it just doesn't make any sense to me, man. I love her so much. I don't understand what I did to deserve what happened to me, but I'm trying my best every day to make sure she knows that I love her. I love that little girl, man. Shit sucks. And the reality is, this is what a lot of men have to go through.
I just went on a trip to the beach with kids. Came back home, and there's no food on my stove for me to eat. Who was supposed to cook the food while I was gone? Myself? Was I supposed to cook it while I was on the beach? Like, this single parent lifestyle is not it. It's not it. It's just not. Because who pick up the slack when I'm gone? Who cook meals when I'm gone? It's 11 o'clock at night and ain't no food there's no food in the house. Like,
hey, good morning. Well, I didn't get home till pretty late last night out of the field, and my daughter got home late working the night shift at the diner. Son said he had a bad day, and I'm like, the only thing I want to do is take a shower. At which point, my son informed me that the shower was broken. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Seriously. So, I did what any parent would do, and I fixed the shower. I now have an awesome pair of vice grips for my handle. Is it, looking good? Nah, not really. Did I get my shower? Yeah, you're damn right I did. And, yeah, now when I have one more thing on my list of things, long list of things to fix, as usual. But, however, anyways, I just wanted to say good morning to all the awesome single parents out there who are just wearing so many hats and having to play so many roles in our kids' lives.
I'm sitting here cooking, getting ready to cook the dinner and all that for the kids, preparing the dinner for the kids. I worked 16 hours last night. Lordy, come on, snack. Y'all know how this go. Lordy, snack. Okay. Look at my cute little baby. Okay, back up. Let me open it. Okay, ask Nova to open it. Wait. Wait, say bye to the people. Say bye.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
What? There go my son right there.
Bye.
Bye. Open that for your sister.
Okay.
Okay, take it in there, guys. Go in there and eat the snack. Don't forget to put the thing in the trash, okay? Get it from Nova. Go get your snack. Say, give me my snack, Nova. So, I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking like, damn, we getting ready to go to a custody battle in the court. I worked 16 hours last night. I'm about to cook the dinner. I got my kids in here running around. This shit not hard to me. I don't feel like this shit is breaking. But my wife, my supposed to be wife, she in a whole nother state. with a whole nother family of people. She going to bars, she going to cafes, she going on dates, she making videos talking about how she shitted on me. And I'm sitting here cooking dinner and taking care of these kids. You see how cute that little baby is right there? You telling me that my wife haven't talked to our daughter since she been back in the house. And this girl been going for like 30 days plus now. How am I supposed to cope with all of this? I thought we was a family like a week or two ago. Come here, baby. Come up here. Come over here. Come over here. Yeah. Look at my daughter, bro. Look at me and my daughter. Oh my goodness, this is not supposed to go like this. I'm showing the side of vulnerability, and I'm showing the side of a man who want to take care of his family and his kids. But everybody seemed to want to triumph and celebrate with Hannah while she done left her family. She done disappeared and been gone. And I'm working, providing, taking care of all of this, right? Cooking dinners and all kinds of shit. And I don't get none of the same respect for that.
So the hardest thing is bringing my kids back home to their moms. I just had a week with them. Had a great week, just a wonderful week. I'm glad it was happening. Sorry, I've been crying. It's hard to come to an empty home. It's not even a home. Everything crumbled. So it happens when you love the wrong person.
My name is Seth Greeley, and I have a story I want to tell you. I'm a single dad of 4 girls, ages 11, 8, and 5-year-old twins. I have had 3 back surgeries, one in 2017, one in 2020, and one in 2024. I am a firefighter paramedic, injured off duty. I've had 14 years of EMS fire service experience. I have come to believe as I get older that radical vulnerability breeds hope and it breeds healing. So I want to be radical with you. Back in February, I went to a mental health rehab facility because of things I'm about to tell you about. Warning, sad things ahead with hope at the end. I was diagnosed with severe depression, generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, and PTSD. And I lead with that to tell you, here I am. This is me. This is the guy with the effed up back and sometimes the effed up mind. Several years ago, I was on shift and the call rang out. I was annoyed. I'd just gone out on a beautiful sunrise, something like today, not over this amazing view, but beautiful sunrise nonetheless. And I was annoyed until I heard the amount of units listed. Engine 1, Rescue 1, Engine 2, Rescue 2, Battalion 1, respond to a man stuck in a wood chipper. My stomach dropped, and I knew that this is one of those calls. This is one of those calls that makes or breaks you, you know? And right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, this call broke me. It drove my head to places I was scared of, and it ultimately led me on my path of healing. So we took a wrong turn on the way there, and another ambulance got there slightly before us. That means I was on another ambulance bringing this guy in. You don't need the details of the call. He didn't make it. At the hospital, we're finishing up, and I see the chief, my chief. Why is a chief here? I don't, like, did we do something wrong? Did we, like, I'm thinking of all the protocols we followed. I think of all the things, all the intensity of the last 15 minutes. And it suddenly hits me that he knew the patient wasn't making it. And he wasn't there for protocols or rules. He was there because he knew that this call was the call. He was there for us. And that was when that type of call hit me. Like, holy crap, I just saw this man unalived by a wood chipper. I disassociated. I honestly, I don't remember the ride back to the hospital or ride back to the station. It's like an airbag went off too late. Poof, it's gone. Cleaning up. After the call, we had to go back to the scene and clean up. And this piece of wood sits there. And I hear a voice in my head, and it says, pick this piece of wood up and put it in your pocket. Take what you're feeling, the intensity of what you just felt, the pain of what you just felt. Soak it up so you can continue. And I did. I picked that piece of wood up, cleaned the scene up, cleaned the remains up, moved on. Immediately went to a therapist. But after years holding up onto that piece of wood, which I couldn't look at that piece of wood for 3 days after I first got it. I had it wrapped in an old t-shirt. I would stare at the t-shirt, but I couldn't look at the piece of wood. When I finally did do it, I did it over a view, kind of like this one. And I cried. I sobbed. And then over the years, I started to put other patients into this piece of wood. The unalived people of all ages. I won't go into details. I'll keep it age appropriate. But the amount of suffering, the amount of, all of that, it built up. It became ritualistic. I even have a piece of wood that looks like it. And I had so many patients in this piece of wood. Not this one, but one like it. And it became so heavy. It was in my room. And I couldn't look at it without staring at it. I couldn't look at it without my eyes being glued to it. And when I touched it, which I couldn't touch it unless I was putting a patient into it, more or less I was reviewing things, and it was a private event, and even my wife wouldn't see me do it, and it was just me. And it was like some of the most vulnerable moments of my life was with this little piece of wood. And after my third back surgery, facing the real possibility of my career ending as a firefighter, which it's not currently ended, but there's a real possibility that may be. I hope it's not. And I ended up going to rehab. While I was there in February of 25, I was still recovering from my surgery that I had in August of 24. Still using a cane to get around. And my wife served me divorce papers. Pretty low point of my life. I'd say that. But through it all, through therapy, through help, through mental health therapy, through hundreds of hours of group, individual, personalized, intensive, all the above types of therapy, I came to realize that that piece of wood had saved me for the moment because I didn't know how to process. but I didn't need it. And it was killing me to hold on to all that trauma, to hold on to all that pain. And I threw it into the woods. In March of 25, I threw that piece of wood into the woods. And from that was born an idea that through radical vulnerability, you can find healing, you can find connection, you can find hope. And I want to be the first one. Some waves coming in. I want to be the first one to be vulnerable. So please, ask away. I want to be as vulnerable as I can. I'm the biggest advocate for mental health. I went to the International Association of Firefighters Center of Excellence in Maryland. It's through a firefighters union. My fire department helped me. My fire union helped me. Everybody was so supportive. Through that support, I started writing. And it became so much more than writing for me. It became an idea. It became a passion that the cost of saving a life.org has become my passion. I want to tell you about it. And that's the lead-in. Right now, you can look at the costofsavinglife.org. Right now, I'm in the early stages. I'm just created a website. I'm just starting to create content about it. I am here as the biggest advocate for mental health because it saved my life.
It may be an unpopular opinion, but do you ever feel guilty you drop your kids off at daycare? I just have this sense of guilt every time, and I just wish that I could be in a position where I didn't have to rely on other people to take care of my kids during the day. I'd love to be in a position where I can work and also be with them, not have to rely on other people. Because other dads might feel this, but nobody can take care of your kids as well as you can. Nobody can keep them as safe as you can. I sometimes take a look at, no offense to daycare workers, and the people at the daycare are really, really kind. But my gut just tells me that, they're not going to be able to keep her safe. And I know you have to just let go and trust them. And it's just an intrusive thought. I know there's not that much I can do about it right now. I'm working towards being in a situation where I don't have to do that.
How's it going, TikTok? So we're going to talk about this car right here, right now. I purchased this car a little over a year ago from Facebook Marketplace because my daughter wanted a Bug. She had a Civic, but she really wanted a Bug, didn't like driving the Civic, so I got her a Beetle Bug. I drive to Memphis and look at this car, and it needed a little work, and I'm kind of handy dandy, so I purchased the car. Luckily, it made it all the way back home, and that's when I start going through it and seeing like suspension and brakes and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, I can handle that. That's no problem. A few interior pieces, no problem. So start replacing struts, brakes, stuff like that, finding interior pieces, getting it all put back together. And I started noticing that started leaking a little antifreeze. So I was like, okay, well, let's get it to the shop. Well, I get it to the shop, and then I get online and start ordering all the parts it needs, because I find out that it's leaking antifreeze behind the timing chain cover. So I get timing chain cover, water pump stuff, all that. Something that was supposed to only took a couple of weeks ended up turning into months. And then the mechanic started just avoiding my phone calls, and I finally just went up there one day and found the car, the whole front cap off of it. Like, yep, that car right there. Motor's completely disassembled. Parts of the engine just spread everywhere. So, I talked to the other guy and told him, I was like, look, just get the car put back together or get everything that you can find. And I was like, I'm just going to order a new engine. Well, after I told him I'm going to get another engine, he's like, listen, let me just make it up to you. Get you another engine and we'll get the engine in for free. You know, I'll do what I can to help you out. So I ordered me another engine with 47,000 miles. It come in from Ohio in a couple of days. And they're going to put it in. And then get it put in. And we found a couple of other little things. Wheel bearings, stuff like that. So, you know, it's all done. Brakes, suspension, wheel bearings, axles, a 47,000 mile engine, whole 9 yards. And here we are just a couple of days away from school and trying to get my daughter, who's a senior, ready to drive this thing to school. Right? Well, her door handle had been off a little bit on the driver's side, so I took the door panel off and readjusted the cable and readjusted the cable. And now this is where we're at. The car is unlocked. It will not open from the inside or the outside. You can get in from the passenger side. From that side, nope. You can lock, unlock, twist, turn, pull, everything. And now I'm just giving up. I've posted the car on Marketplace in hopes that somebody else wants it. And maybe I can just find her something in a couple of days, because Dad's about ready to throw in the towel. It's just been a little too much. Too much.
Alright guys, I know I haven't made a video in a few days. Still hoping that by Tuesday I'll hear back from the company that made it seem like I have a job. So, and I'll talk to a few more people reaching out in response to the applications that I've put in. So, now it feels like a waiting game. But, still no eviction notice has been placed on my door, so I don't want to question anything. I don't know if my landlord has had a change of heart. I haven't heard from him. I don't know if the weather has slowed down that process, and I don't know. He's not a bad guy. He's been a great guy to me, but I've explained that situation in other videos. So, still, I have to get out of here. And some people have asked about the GoFundMe. So up to now, $6,000 and $6,062, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to speed this up. As bad as I'm ashamed to admit it, I am one of the high percentage of Americans that has been living check to check. So I have $4,700 of that $6,000 and some change left, and I believe in transparency. As you guys have seen, I've been vulnerable, open, and honest, and transparent here. I am more than thankful for that money. It's what's been keeping my nose above water. It's what's been keeping the power bill, groceries, gas in my truck, phone bill, all that good stuff. And trying my best to be a good steward of it. One thing there's so much that I'm concerned and have anxiety with. Whenever I do find a place, for one, I got to find my job first to have a source of income to prove, but I'm going to need first month's rent as a deposit and the first month's rent, so like double. So if I find a place that's $1,500 a month, I'm going to have $3,000 to put down. And I have to leave here in a couple of hours to go get a new chain put on my motorcycle, which is going to be $400. $200 for the chain, $200 for the labor, which is ridiculous, but it needs to happen. Struggling to make ends meet, big time, and I never expected TikTok to show up for me like this. But my son's 16th birthday is in just a few days, and as angry as I am at myself for not being in a better place, I would love to be able to give him his first car. And the way things are going right now, it's going to be a while before I can do that. I let him drive my truck. His friends let him drive their cars to, get that experience under his belt. And I've been window shopping on the Facebook market. There's a ton of decent
$3,000, $4,000, or $5,000 used cars. And I've talked to him about it in the past. I thought he would want a truck, but he actually doesn't. I don't know, guys. Is it wrong? Does it make sense that I'm asking if you guys would like to? I already have the GoFundMe established. I don't know. Like, I love the idea of my son waking up on his birthday. He knows a lot about the situation we're in, and I'd love to, like, hey buddy, I only got you, a little bit of a small cake and a card. Things are tight right now, but it'll be better next year. And hand him a card and have car keys in it and capture him on video, like walking outside and seeing his car, and because the odds are too, wherever I find is not going to be close enough to his school for him to walk. Sure, he can ride a school bus. I don't know. By 16, I had my first car. My mom was able to buy it with the life insurance that was left behind from my dad when he passed. But I don't know. I don't know, guys. Would you like to be a part of that help to help me get him his first car? Or am I asking too much?
All right, so I've been thinking about starting a cooking channel for single dads, and I'll tell you why. When my wife died of cancer, I came home and told my kids their mom had passed away. And my son, who was 5 at the time, looked at me and said, "We're all going to die." And I was like, ooh, right in the feelers, And he's like, "You can't cook nothing." Turns out he was right, because we ate chicken nuggets for like a year. But since then, I've gotten a little better at this. So I'm going to start with some easy meals that taste good, and maybe start a series. We'll see what happens. Maybe you guys like it, maybe you don't, but something I can try. And today we're making chili hot dogs, and we'll go through how I did it. All right, so all you got to do, we like the cheese hot dogs, so we got a pack of those. We got a pack of the cheddar cheese sausage hot dog buns. I like the diced jalapenos. My kids are half gringo, so we can't go too hot. And then chili, and then we get the Fiesta blend cheese. And this is what it looks like in the pan, if you want to get close up of that. And then even though the chili comes made, I use seasonings. So pretty simple: onion, garlic, Cajun, Slap Your Mama, and Kinder's. And then it doesn't taste like homemade chili, but it tastes a lot better than just out of the can. And then you just throw these. Today it's raining and storming outside, so we're not going to throw these on the barbecue. We're just going to throw them in the oven and kind of cheat a little bit. But you can make this meal in 15 minutes after the oven's heated up.